Good morning everyone. Hello. It's Friday today. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you see this. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're making profits. I hope you're feeling good. All the good stuff. Let's have a look. What Bitcoin is doing. I'm going straight away to the subject here. Right. Okay, so far, so good, I may say. Right, I have my own music here, just in the background. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the daily market update. We're gonna do these every Monday to Friday. It's gonna be 9 o'clock GMT time. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna see the markets a little bit and see how that goes. And then, we can take some requests and see what kind of stuff would you like to talk about and chart. Right, without wasting any time, what I usually think, what we said the other day, what we said yesterday. Yesterday we said that it's moving and we wanted to stay outside of the range, and we knew that we're going to hit a resistance level at the 50, 105 and 8, and I was expecting to come down after that. And I did say that even if we go down by 2 zones, you shouldn't feel any alarming. Okay, you shouldn't get panic. Okay, it makes sense to go. It wants to come down here and retest. Okay, that level here. Okay, so now the question is if we can hold this as a support. Okay, so we had that push to the up, resistance, and it's coming down here and trying to retest this area. So far so good as scheduled. This is what we're expecting, and we got that, and I'm very, very happy and very pleased that things are clear and making sense. Okay, so what else? Well, we need to remember it's Friday. It's the end of the week. Also, it's the end of January, okay? And that should, keep us, let's say, a little bit, have in the back of the mind that we need to remember that options, contracts, and stuff like that, things that expire by the end of the month, things will get pushed around, okay? So what do we have, let's say, for the weekend? Well, we've got 2 scenarios, okay? I always go with 2 scenarios. Either we're going to hold here, and then we're going to try one more time to hit the 105.8, okay? And then maybe by Sunday night, we're going to come back, okay? This is a common scenario that happens on the weekends. Another scenario is losing this level from now, trying to attack this imbalance. Okay, so we have an imbalance from here to there. So this zone, it can act as a magnet, and maybe it's going to come here to fill the imbalance and then push up. Okay, and another scenario, which again is very common, that it can go up. So we have the breakout of the range, and then it's going to come back to retest and then move to the upside. Okay, so we have these levels anyway. We got this level. We would like to see that Asia now is closed, so all the big movers are out of the space now, so we are in the European session. Okay, so this is what we are holding here. Okay, there is an imbalance on a smaller time frame. This is a 90-minute now, so we have a small imbalance here. So maybe it wants to come and clear this imbalance and then come up, or it wants to retest the range. Okay, so that is one of the scenarios as well. So Overall though, we're bullish. Okay, I mean, look at that. I mean, let's zoom out a little bit and have a look. We had this low all the way down here after the meeting on Wednesday, and since then it's pushing. And if you like trend lines, pull the trend line, and here we have it. Okay, so we're expecting to hold this trend line as a support. Okay, so we treat this trend line as a support. So maybe 104 and 122 is the one that is going to turn around. Let's hope so. Okay, but we don't control the market, so don't be upset if it doesn't do it that way. Okay. Good morning everyone. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're excited. Teaching some South African slang. Okay. How's it, brah? Good. I love it. Good morning, everyone. Big welcome to Satoshi, our moderator. Okay, and she's also executive. So show much love to her. She's our executive in the Discord. Right, cool. Hello, Miss Laurie. Good morning to you. It's early hours today as well. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Right, so also another good news is that we had Ethereum move. Finally, Ethereum is moving. So probably yesterday's stream when we called Ethereum a stable coin, maybe, you know, that would give it a little push. So that's cool, right? So pull that trend line as well in the Ethereum. Okay, we are excited that we're moving, but we're not super excited. Okay, because we need to keep our head in the ground. Okay, so here it is. ETH is trying to attack this trend line. Okay, we need to make sure that we can stay above 3 point. Well, it's not 3 point, but 3,248. Okay, now the main problem was, so to say, big resistance was to get out of 3,123. Okay, so we are above this. If it wants to come down, it's okay to come down to, let's say, 3,200 ish. Okay, after that I will expect to see a breakout. Okay, as I said, February is around the corner. Okay, today is the 31st, tomorrow is the 1st, but it's Saturday. So I think we're gonna have a good green month. So what do you feel? What do you think? Cool. Right. Okay. You're more than welcome to throw some messages. This is a live communication, so we're gonna do this kind of a dialogue. So you're more than welcome to say whatever you want and have fun. Right. Okay. So ETH moved, Bitcoin moved. Let's have a look a little bit on SUI. Okay. SUI moved and is right in consolidation right now. So let me zoom in a little bit. Here's the consolidation. Here's the range. Okay. So we pay attention to this range. Okay. Here it is. That's the area. We can be a little bit more precise. So here's your range. Okay, doesn't matter the values. I mean, don't go crazy about it. Remember how you do ranges. Okay, what do you expect to see from a range? A push to the upside. You get this rejection point. Okay, right here. So you know this is a good level for you to begin your range. It goes all the way up and then it comes down, and you have these two lows to be very common. Okay, comes up, comes down to the same level. So here's your bottom of the range, and now you're trying to figure out the common highs. You have some deviations, spikes out is okay. Okay, you don't need to be like very strict on the millisecond. okay, or the millimeter, or the price, okay. That's in general visual. You understand this is your range, okay, and ideally you would like to see that you stay above the 50 for you to stay, positive. Otherwise, let it come down and see where will it go. Okay, in general, I'm very bullish. Look at that, all these good signs. It's pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. It's good. If you love to trade outside the range, the conditions, break out the range from above, hold it, okay, and then move higher. On the other scenario is lose the range and target liquidities. Okay, you have some liquidity, you have some imbalance, you have liquidity here, liquidity there. So if you want to go lower, there are plenty areas to go for. So you may have a nice little move to the downside. Okay, you have enough data here to pull a trend line. Not a very convincing trend line, like for example, if you watch in the 4 hours and you have a trend line on multiple days and weeks or 2 weeks worth of data, it's different kind of trend line. Okay, it has a very significant levels, price action on it. Here on the smaller time frame, it's like 11 minutes. Here is your trend line. Okay, so that's the trend line for the time being. Okay, and see how far it will go. Don't jump into scalping within the range, okay, because you are in the middle, you are in the 50%. Okay, so you need to be careful, okay, if you're going to do some scalping. Yes, I agree with you. I'm very bullish for February as well. But yeah, I mean, we need to be optimistic. We need to wait for Monday for the rest of the market to move and see, how that goes. And we'll take it from there, right? Because we need to make sure that, we don't get caught, let's say, on the weekend, nonsense. Okay. So, it does make sense. You have a swing low here. You have some imbalances on a higher time frame. I mean, 90 minutes. It's okay to retrace right now. It's okay. Okay. Anyway, we are within the European session. European session that don't, Europeans that don't really push things, don't they? They like to take profits, but they don't really push it. So where or when is the best time to scalp? Well, on the top of the range, going towards the bottom of the range, not in the middle of the range, if that helps. Right? If you find the range, make sure that you take advantage of the whole range. Okay? If you go, well, let's go back to Sui. Okay? And then again, it's down to you how good you are with your emotions, managing your emotions. So if you want to scalp and say, hey, let's make some money now, just a little bit, okay? If you go down to 5 minutes, for instance, you have your trend line, okay? Here's your trend line, okay? You pass the 50, then your first target is going to be the bottom of the range, and there is a high possibility that you're going to go after the swing low in this area, okay? Why? Because you translate these as liquidity. So you can put the liquidity template there, okay? And you can go all the way down to 2 minutes or 1 minute, whatever, whichever time frame you are comfortable to do so, okay? So it's very tricky. If someone is not very experienced, it's not a good idea to start on the 50% if you're not experienced, okay? It's better to, grab it from the top of the range, and then the first target is going to be the 50, and you see that it's bouncing off from your trend line, doesn't break your trend line, and is losing that cluster, okay, and it wants to go lower. So where's the next target? Well, there is the bottom of the range. There's a high possibility that it's going to stop there and then trying to bounce and break on the other side and trying to go the opposite direction, or it may lose the bottom of the range and then go target that liquidity over there, okay? This is how you do it on a smaller time frame. You always target the same areas on a different time frame, It's like you go inside the infrastructure. Okay, so you go into the internal of the structure, and you're going to try to find the internal liquidity. It's not a big high quality liquidity on a bigger time scale, like on the daily is nothing. But if you want to do something right now and grab something, you can do this on a smaller time frame. Okay, if that makes sense. If you know your two possible big levels, like the beginning and the end, so you know this is another liquidity, you know this is another liquidity, right? So that when and if it's going to break your trend line, and then you're going to close a trade or reverse your trade, okay, then you're going to do the same thing. First TP is going to be here. If it's going to continue, your second TP is going to be here. If it wants to continue, then you know that you have a high possibility that's going to go after these zones, and these zones, okay, until your trend line from below it gets broken. Okay, that's why you have multiple TPs, and you just carry on trying to get yourself aligned with that token that it moves. Okay, you can have a look. Let's say, let me bring our template here. So let's do another token. Let's have a look on, let's say, virtual. Okay, so if you like virtual, here it is. Okay, you see, we spoke about this on the other day in the stream. We have the levels. Look what is happening. Okay, it got defended. Okay, it got rejected, so to say. Got a smaller time frame. Here it is. Okay, so virtuals, I mean, if you expand a little bit, because you are super tight on a smaller time frame, now here is going to be a big one. Okay, this is going to be like kind of a difficult. How are you going to break this down? You know, it's a big candle. Well, you have a big imbalance. Okay, so you have a big imbalance here, so you need to see how far will it go to clear this imbalance. Okay, usually people, you know, they have this kind of trends. Okay, so you have this kind of trend here, you got broken out, then you got another trend over here, you got broken out. You probably want to have another trend like this, it got broken out. Yep, you had another trend like this. Okay, and still goes. Okay, that trend is still very widely open. Okay, so you need to align yourself with the token when you're going to do these super low time frame trading. Okay, you have some nice decent movements here. Okay, look at that, it's not too bad. If you zoom out a little bit and see, you know, what's going on here, you see that it was fighting on the 50%, then it lost it, it came down, trying one more time, grab this liquidity. Okay, remaining orders there, it did not hold above, and then off it goes, went down, and look at where your target is, exactly on the next level below. And then it claimed really quickly, and you could close the trade because you're going to update your trend line. Okay, so here's your trend line, you follow that drop, it came all the way here, then it went sideways, and then it broke the trend line. Okay, it went a little bit further down, it may give you the oh my god feeling, I should have stayed, and then you turn around and say, oh, then finally you're going to change, you're switching your mind again and say, oh no, I think that trend line saved me. Okay, so I always stay very strict with the trend lines. If you break the trend line, you're out. Simple as that. Okay, doesn't matter who wants to continue. And that's it. You know, trying to align yourself with a token, trying to understand it, and trying to, you know, stay aligned. And you see, it left from this bottom area, and then it pushed all the way up there, and it got rejected. This is a little bit hard for you to follow. I mean, even at 2 minutes, this is like a 1 minute candle. Look at that. That is one single 1 minute candle. From here, it went all over there in a sudden, and that was a 30% move to the upside. If you have that on the 2x, 3x, you're good to go. All right, you hit your daily target. It's not going to happen every day, but if you know which tokens are having, having movement, they're not there, they're not sleeping, they're moving, you're going to be fine. Right. Okay, I like the conversation that you have there. Okay, nice messages there. Right. So Stefan, you need to change your glasses, maybe. No, I'm not joking. I'm gonna make the lines a bit thicker. All right, so you can see them. Yeah, 30 minutes in 1 minute. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen very often, but if you get that, 25% in one go with 2x, you're gonna be just fine. And if that level, that zone is too big, break this down. Okay, break this down. Use a simple template. It's okay. We can use the 8. I'll make the lines a bit thicker for you. Here it is. And you go level by level. Okay. Even if you go to a super smaller time frame, trying to break things down as as clean as possible, and then just draw the trend lines. Okay, follow the trend line. Smaller time frame, smaller movements. It means you're gonna have multiple in and outs, smaller percentages, but you're not gonna be trapped for days if you don't have the time to do so. Okay, and for you to make up, because you understand that you are on a very, very small time frame, so the percentage movements before you're going to change directions, before the trend line is going to get broken. It's going to be like small. Majority of the time they're going to be single digits. Then to make up, to walk for it, then usually some traders, experienced traders, that they can manage discipline, right? They can exercise discipline, then they can go on a higher leverage. Okay, and when I say high leverage, they may really do 10x, they can do 20x. I've seen people in the 1 minute do 35x. They don't care because they know they're going to stay here for very, very limited of time. So from this level here to this level there until, after that you lost 2 levels, right? You lost this level, you lost this level, you decided to enter. You know that you have a big imbalance, so you know it's going to come down. So until you've broken that trend line, it was a 45-minute trade. Okay, so that 45-minute gave you 7.5%. Okay, so 7.5% do that on a 10x is 75%. Okay, if you do that on 20x, 140. So you see, these people usually, when they scalp like this, when they see these big of movements, they know it's going to come down, they know it's going to drop. It cannot go so fast. So after they found a resistance, they're gonna grab this resistance as soon as possible and trying to short it with high leverage and high position as well. Okay, they usually go heavy, and then they do like 20x, 30x, whatever they like, they're feeling, and they go down and very, very strict with the trend line. You break that trend line, you're out. Simple as that. Other people, they just go level by level, or they go by percentage. They have a percentage target and say, hey, I'm gonna go X amount of money, big capital, I'm gonna do this on 30x, and since I hit 50% profit, I'm gonna close it. They don't care for more. But why? Because they have a large position, they have a lot of money on the stake, so they don't want to be there stuck for a very long time. So they just want the momentum to go down. When it sees this dying off, you can see that when the price is easing off, yeah, they see that the momentum is dying, it's turning around, it's curving, so they're not interested anymore, and they're going to cut the trade. Okay, but if you use the trend line, you're going to cut it early. Okay, if you're using horizontals, you understand that it cannot go any further down. All right, it never touched that red line for the time being, so it's turning around, they're going to close the trade. It's up to you, but you have to be very, very strict with this one. Okay, good morning everyone, good morning everyone. if Bitcoin goes down, what is going down will follow. Okay, will follow, because the king, so to say, the primary move is from Bitcoin. However, each token has its own market cap. Now, if Bitcoin goes down, right, can ETH go higher? If someone's going to push that, the market cap, if it's going to really load it, big money, then they can, kind of a little bit have an offset. While Bitcoin is dropping, Ethereum can pump. Okay, so, but usually, because the whole crypto space is tied to each other, okay, well, everything is tied to Bitcoin. Okay, so if the market cap of Bitcoin drops, but at the same time the market cap of Ethereum goes up, then it can balance out the difference, and the price of Ethereum may stay like static. If they're gonna really push Ethereum and really go against it, then you may see that the value of Ethereum can go up while Bitcoin is going down. It can happen, but this is kind of manipulation, right? You know that Bitcoin is going to drag everything. So if Bitcoin goes up, then everything goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. And that is because of the influence that Bitcoin has to the crypto space. Now, when Bitcoin, let's say, consolidates and no one else is pushing Bitcoin, what they usually do, they take, some money and push into the alts. And then you see Bitcoin consolidating and then the alts skyrocketing. Okay, that is because the alts have been left alone, okay, in peace, so to say, because Bitcoin is consolidating. So no more Bitcoin is influencing, at least negatively, on the altcoins, and they have a limited time window, so to say, for the alts to run. And because there are so many of them out there, you just need to be very careful on which ones you're going to move. Okay, because you don't know beforehand which one's going to move. Okay, you just need to follow the hype. You just need to find a token that it moves. Okay, if you want to play it a bit more riskier. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Greed is the enemy. Of course it is. It's always, greed. It is the enemy. And speaking of which, greed. Let me see if I can have websites open for you. Yes, we're using the button bubbles for the reason why, because it has nice narratives selections here. Okay, so would you like to see memes? You can have a look at memes and see what's going on. Musket, I don't know what that is. 210%. Here it is. Okay, must be something new. Every day something new pops up. Okay. Would you like to be interested in AI? Here's your virtual. Here's your AR. XMW. Okay. So 0x0 still alive. So yeah, you got various things to look at. You've got NEAR, which is one of the major ones of the AI. RWA. Let's have a look on RWA. Who is moving? RBNT 30%. Mantra OM 14%. We spoke about this a couple of days ago. Usual, we're gonna have a look on usual as well. CPOOL 15%. So you got tokens that they move. Okay, you've got tokens that they move. If you like to let's say use crypto bubbles, and these crypto bubbles they have a nice list. If you scroll just below, right, if you scroll down after the bubbles, you may have the opportunity to have a look which one is moving by the hour. Okay, and you have Lido, you have a Hype, you got Stacks, SDX, right, you got CNX, Onyx, Quantum, right. You can see that they're moving on the past hour. If you want to go on the past 24 hours, you got Jabzy, Virtual again, Mantra, LDO, Quantum, Stellar, Stacks, Injective. You got all of these. Okay, even Hype is still here, Tia is here. Okay, Sonic, which is the previous FTM fandom. So you got the tools for you to play around. Let's have a look on the out season graph. Yesterday we were on 47. Today we are on 57. So we're moving up. So we're moving towards the out season. It's not out season yet. So we are 57 today. Today the lower graph is working. So we can see on the left from Bitcoin, left from the black, you can see who's doing well. HBAR has been doing very well for the last 90 days. Okay. XRP is doing well, XLM is doing well, Mantra is doing well, Algo, ADA, Ondo, VET, Link, Sui, ENA. Where's Satoshi? ENA. Did anyone buy ENA? Did anyone buy ENA? Please put your hands up. So yeah, here's ENA. So you got DOT, you got TRX, you got Atom. And what's behind Bitcoin? Right behind Bitcoin is Pepper, Solana, AWAX, right? Ethereum, Render. So all these need to move a little bit so we can be more further towards the alt season. Okay, so far so good. What else? Fear and Greed Index 76 today. Okay, we need to be careful about this one. It's keep on increasing from the past days. So remember how to use this, okay? The other way around. The more positive it is, the more careful you need to be, okay? Hasn't the range already been taken on 0.5 on Sui? I will have a look. I'm going back to Sui and see. So, yep, greed 76. So the higher it goes, the more careful we need to be. What about the calendar? Do we have anything major going on? We have the PCE price index on a monthly basis. Okay, so it's not red, it's orange. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, what else? Lunar Crash. For these people, if they remember that we used to use Lunar Crash back in the day when it was more freely to be used. Now it's a lot of talk behind Jasmine, Ice, Sui, Dia. So we're gonna have a look of these. Okay. About the clock, the clock. We are within the European session. 1 o'clock is going to be like half day of the European session. Okay, so whatever happens, like the good moves can happen up to 1 o'clock. After that, but that doesn't always mean good to crypto, right? These dots are based on currency and forex, not on crypto. But it's telling you, the busiest time is where you have these blue dots, okay, or blue zones here. Okay, so that's it for the external information. Let's go back to Ethereum. You see, Ethereum is trying to say to us that 3,250-ish to 48, it wants to stay as a support. Why not? It makes sense. This is what we want to see eventually, right? We need to flip these areas. So we would like to see Ethereum to stay above here, create a small range and try to break out. Okay, let's go back a little bit into Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin is trying to tell us that it's trying to hold 104. Good news. Okay, the longer it stays here, the better. Okay, weekend, as I said, there is a good possibility that the weekend is going to push up again to the resistance, well-known resistance, and then by Sunday night maybe it's going to come down. This is one of the scenarios that we have. The other scenario is to drop down to do a retest of the range because it's breaking out of the range, so that will make sense as well, and then you can continue from Monday. But yeah, generally I believe that it's going to push. Okay, it's going to push. Let's have a look on the weekly. And let's have a look on the little external agents. Let's bring the agents here. So stochastic RSI crossing up, heading towards the up. That's a good sign. RSI still pushing up. Okay. ASO is the most lagging of all, but it doesn't look very, very promising on the weekly, right? It's telling me that the buying pressure, the bulls are kind of looking exhausted. Okay, it may turn around, it may give you this kind of event, and then maybe it's going to turn around a little bit, and then it's going to turn around further down. Okay, so let me remove the dots here. Delta, we would like to see more strong buys. Okay, you see now we have a doji. Okay, so that was a big buy, that was a big push to the downside, a big sell, selling pressure, and now we'd like to see this increasing higher to tell us that the buyers are in control, not by a lot, but there are some sellers, there are some buyers. Let's hope so that the bulls are going to push it. Okay, and this is on the weekly. On the daily is pushing up. RSI is still giving me, what does it give us? Well, it's not a divergence because I have these highs and these lower highs, so it's not alarming, it's not giving you any divergence. But ASO is telling me again that the buying pressure is running out. So it's a weekend, it's a daily, so it will make sense to see this weekend to come down and retest 102 and 450, which means it wants to retest the top of the range. Okay, so that scenario is still in play according to the higher time frames. Okay, it's not a prediction, it's a game of possibilities and probabilities. All right, okay, so let me go back to Sui. Let's have a look on Sui. Sui, he retested that 50% and is pushing to the up and then it's coming down. If you want to have this trend line, so to say, okay, if you want to have this trend line, you need to make sure, okay, that, I mean, it's not a good data here, but that's what I got. That's what I have. We need to see that, it's going to hold the 50% and then keep on pushing, and maybe I'm going to update the what's that, 2 minutes? Let's go to 1 minute. Let's use this as a low one. If I'm going to use this trend line, you see that it kind of got broken, right? Comes to the 50, but maybe it wants to turn around. Well, we'll see. You see, these smaller time frames like 1 minute are always short-lived trends. Okay, these trend lines are very short-lived, so you need to remember this and be cautious, be careful. Okay, 5 minute, if you use a 5 minute, it's a different story. You can pull it a little bit there and see, yeah, okay, this is my trend line, and let's see what's going to happen with that. The 5 minute is a little bit more moderate. Okay, it's not going to give you these heart attacks. Okay, as long the principle is the same thing. As long it holds above the 50%, there is a high chance that's going to target the top of the range. There's liquidity here, and then when you reach this point, then you're going to ask yourself, okay, what next? What do I see? You see something higher, and also you see something lower. So it may come down here, 50% again, always a significant level, and then if it will continue, you have this swing and you have this liquidity, and you just go like possibilities and just draw the trend lines and follow it. But the smaller the time frame, okay, yes, you have more candles, you have more data, so to say, on the smaller time frame, but are short-lived. They can turn around at any moment. Okay, you need to be on your toes on this one. You need to be very, very disciplined with your emotions. If you are fearless and if you are dramatic, then you can do it. Why not? Right. What about Solana? What Solana is doing? Solana 244. Okay, that was another area that we paid attention. 244. It could not go through. It was a red line anyway, so it's dropping 1-2 levels. We have some imbalances here. We've got another imbalance here. We've got another imbalance down there. So let's say roughly that we want to retest 228 and then continue to the upside. Okay, this is what we have on Solana. Downtrend until otherwise. Keep things nice and simple. Hype, it was a good one. It was holding the 50%. You see attack on the top of the range. You see that wick. Let me go to smaller time frame. Holding the 50. Okay, attacking the top of the range. Came back, stayed on the 25-ish. If I say this is 0, well, let's put that 75. You've got a quarter here, half, another quarter here, so that's a 75. you know, it came down to 75 and then pushed to the upside. Okay, just for the fun of it. Is that a 75? Is it 75 over the range? Yeah, 50 is here, 75 is here. So yeah, it went all the way up to 100 and then came down to the 75-ish. Beautiful. If you want to make it more clear to you because you've got more lines there, it's simple. Doesn't make it a bit thicker. For my little friend there, Stefan. Here we are. All nice and bright. So yeah, here it is. It goes all the way up to 100 and came down to 75. Okay, and then it pushed out. Nice. Out of the way. So yep, hype. We need to see that it's holding 26. Okay, 25.9. We need to stay here, do a small triangle, and then maybe we're going to continue. Why not? Okay, follow the trend lines on a smaller time frame if you want to trade it. Always find tokens that they move. Okay, you see that got broken, it's turning around. On the 1 minute, short-lived trends. On a higher, a little bit higher, you know, time frame like 5 minutes, you make it a little bit better, you know, more relaxing, not panicking. So you know you have a big imbalance here, you have big liquidity, you know you have big liquidity down here. Okay, you have this huge imbalance from here to there. So that will make sense if it's going to come down here to red. It lost at 234, right? That was the moment. You see that it wasn't holding. And then it's coming down and then it's going to lose it and then come back to the red line. You know the red line is significant. And then you see afterwards what's going to happen. It's going to turn around or it's going to continue. Take things level by level, no matter what time frame you are. Take things one level by level and just use trend lines to help you. Okay, on the higher time frame, you may want to use this as a high and this as a high for you to draw the trend line. Okay, this is on the 5 minute. This is the 5 minute trend line, so to say. Okay, a little bit different story than the 1 minute. The 1 minute will give you more stress. Okay, you have this trend line. Okay, and then you have this trend line. Okay, and now you have this trend line. Okay, you see the difference? You see, you know, how things, you know, are working differently on the different time frames. You just need, you know, the lower the time frame, you just need to be fearless and dramatic. But yeah, you need to be a little bit more tough with your emotions, right? So that is ritual. What was the other one that we wanted to see? Unusual. Was it usual? So usual. USD, please. Here it is. Let's have a look on this one. Go in a higher time frame. Okay, we have a big mountain over here. Mountain Everest. So I cannot call this a rally, so I cannot take and measure this down move as a swing, but I can take the upswing. Okay, I know this is a swing low, this is a swing high, because you have at least two low highs for you to identify this as a swing high. This one is the first, you know, higher low, so to say. You cannot really say that this is like a swing low. So take the swing low, swing high. So let me go even to a higher time frame. Let's go only for us to get nice, lovely levels for us to place our tool. That's all. Expand that to the right. Right, go down to 90 minutes. Right, bring that a bit closer to us. 450, please. 400 is even better. Come closer. Here it is. So, big zones. We're not afraid of them, aren't we? No, we're not. We're fearless. And what are we going to do? We're going to break them down. So here it is. Break this level down. Make sure the numbers are matching. So double click, match the numbers. 57445, please. And below it has to be 21525. Okay. You can make these numbers a bit smaller. Right, you have smaller numbers there. And you're more than welcome to lock this and you go level by level. Here it is. Okay, now you're on the big level of the 50% of this big zone. If you want to continue with usual, you need to stay here. Okay, look at that rejection point as a resistance. Now you're expecting this rejection point to work as support. The longer it stays here, the more conviction, right? And then probably we'll see something like consolidation and then try to continue. Okay, if you lose this, then you know that you're going to target this liquidity over here. Okay, and some imbalance here. So you have multiple levels within. So you have another 50% here as well. So maybe you're going to see something like this. Okay, maybe. So multiple levels for you. Break them down. Don't be afraid. Okay, if you want to break this into 8s, be my guest. Use a template number 8, and then now you have in between levels. Make the lines a bit thicker. Here it is. Now you have in between levels, and look how price action is respecting these levels, and how useful you can find these levels for you to have your targets. Nice and easy, nice and quick. Right, Kalimera everyone. Kalimera, good morning. Yeah, I mean, the idea is for you to find the tokens before they move. But what happened before they moved? If they consolidate and have a flat line, then it's hard for you to pick that token. Okay, so if you want to be a day trader, you need something that moves. If it doesn't move, it's not good to you. So you skip, right? You go through the charts, and you're gonna see, you're gonna see that it's not moving, and then you will not find any interest. Okay, so by not finding interest into that, then you're gonna skip it, right? And then it moves, and you say, "Oh, wow, I missed that." It's fine, it's okay. You just need a token that it moves. If you identify it like soon, right? Not a week later. If you identify it 1 or 2 days, on the move. If you monitor every day what is moving, break them down the lines and then just find the direction, trying to align. If you see that it's getting overexposed, so to say, like it went all the way up here, losing steam, it has no strength to come up here to 48 cents, and you say, okay, I need to monitor 43. If you lose that, then you say, okay, listen, I'm going to zoom here on the 1 minute, and if I lose that, then I'm going to just dump it, right? This one big cycle was here. So here it is. Here's your trend line. You want to follow that trend line as well as a lead? You got it. Here it is. And you entered when? Only when it lost that. That was a conversation that we had. It was going up. It never reached the top, and then it lost it. Okay. And you see, okay, that was kind of like a support. You lost it. What are you going to do? Short it. Okay. You lost this level. You're going down. You're going to target the red one. Okay, after the red one, you can decide. On the 1 minute, you have plenty of time for you to say, I'm going in the profits, put it back into the wallet, and I'm going to go in after when if it's going to break, and just follow that trend line until it gets broken. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit here. This is the 1 minute now. Okay, this is like kind of an exercise how your eyes should see things. Okay. Update the trend line because it turns in the direction, the angle becomes more steeper, so update the trend line and get out until it gets broken. Or if your target was here, take the profit there. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, as long as it's gonna hold this trend line. Lose that trend line, you lose that trade as well. Okay, here's another trend line you're trying to follow, and you're going to have a higher conviction when a NIF is going to go above the red line. Okay, so that can be a dead zone for you. It's fine, it's no problem. You just close the trade here, you don't know what it's doing, you're trying to get organized, it's turning around and say, okay, listen, if you go above this line, it's like a deviation and you're trying to claim this level. If you do so, then if you go above, I'm going in. Until when? Until my next level. And it went. Then you close it as a target. It did not go that far. Okay? And you close it and then it comes down. Okay? Now it comes down, it's pushing up. If you didn't, let's say you have a trend line. Okay? Once it's going to create this high, it's going to be okay for you to use these as a point. First touch, second touch. Only then you're going to have a trend line. Before that, you can't have a trend line. What you could, I beg your pardon, you could, but it's going to be something like this, right? Okay, it's going to be something like this. But if you didn't manage to enter because you just exited and you're not ready to reverse, or you're not ready to, you don't know what's going to do. It's going to follow, it's going to come back, it's going to come do deviation, it's going to reclaim. And you see this dropping, then it's pushing up, then it's creating the second point. Then you can, enter somewhere here, because at the time you see this top and you see this price action coming here, then you realize it's the top, you pull the trend line. By that time, you're going to be somewhere here. You can, short it all the way back to the red line, or follow the trend line. And then, when the trend lines get invalidated, then you close the trade. All you have to do is just find one token that that it moves, even if you miss the initial move, that's going to get rejected, that it's going to do a pullback, and then trying to align yourself with the direction of the token. Okay, you may have some good trades and you may lose some trades because you're trying to get into a trade, and then that trade spikes up and stuff like that. It's okay, don't be upset. Try it the second time. Okay, you're gonna have some losses, it's fine. If it's breaking your invalidation point and you get out, it's fine. Okay, I mean, let me clear this. Let me clear all the trend lines plus a brush. Here it is. Just leave the gangster fibs. And I'm telling you, all you need is one token. You don't need to go through a bunch of lists with like 10,000 tokens for you to do, let's say, even intraday or day trading, scalping. Okay, you need to find a token that it moves, right, and then trying to get inside and see if you can get aligned with a direction, because it goes up and down all the time. You may trade, let's say, the 1 minute, but go to the 5 minutes and see if you can get solid lines, okay, to help you with a little bit. Say, hey, this is my 5 minute trend line, okay, and then you go back to 1 minute and see if if that is going to keep you a little bit more in control, so to say, of this choppiness and this volatility. A lot of people cannot manage this. Okay, don't be upset with yourself. All this choppiness can create emotions. Okay, don't be upset. It means you need a little bit more work how to deal with your emotions. Okay, instead of doing market update today, we're doing lessons how to do scalping. My god. What have I created here? I've created the monsters. You want to find out all about the smaller time frames. It's good. I'm glad. I'll do this for the community anyway. This is what you want. This is what you're going to get. Wasn't ENA the one that Trump stocked up in the... it could be. Satoshi knows more. Where is she? Satoshi star. If you look on total, it seems to be on a downtrend. Okay, so let's bring the T1s and T3s and see. Ah, Stefan is still here. Okay. I got worried for a second. I didn't see you writing a lot, so... Right, well, yeah, I mean, use a little bit more, let's say, solid trend line on the 5 minute to help you a little bit with all these ups and downs. A 5 minute trend line is more significant to the 1 minute trend line, if that makes sense. Okay, that will help you a little bit to not to jump around and like panic and stuff like that. You can try it. Okay, Stefan is trying to do a back test his strategy method, the way he sees things. So he's trying to do things on 1 minute, but he's backtesting. Okay, so he's going to do a lot of trials. Scalping at the same time and listen to you. You see, you get two things in one. Because I'm talking about scalping, you get a carrot and you try things. Good stuff. Yeah, no problem, no worries. Just be careful. And sometimes when you backtest something, guys, that goes in general. When you backtest something, it doesn't take only a day or a week. It can take longer than that. Okay. What I usually say is for you to make sure that you pitch perfect, so to say, your strategy, your thoughts, how you're going to manage this is down to the 10,000 hour mark or the 1,000 times mark. So let me bring the cash flow. Let's have a look what is going on with the T1s, T3s. Okay, so we have a manipulation here. What's going on? What is going on? Well, okay. T1, T3 is pushing at the same time on the same direction with the same, the same graph with, you look at that. It's an uptrend. Okay. This is exactly the same thing what you have here. If I get my little marker, so here it is. We're still an uptrend. Okay. It got pushed down. T1 was pushed down, T3 so and so. Here it is, but dominance is dropping. Okay, which is good. It is very good. That's why the alts are moving, because dominance is pushing out. Right, so that is good. Okay. Tether increasing a little bit, so there is some movement there. So someone is taking profit. That's why Bitcoin is dropping. Okay, makes sense. Let's see what are they going to do within the weekend. Speaking of which, let me bring the big boys here. Let's have a look. On Bitcoin dominance. Did we lose that trend line? Yep. So yeah, we did. So the trend line was something like this. So you start from here and you go like this, okay? And then you can have another trend line from top to follow like this, okay? So yes, it's changing direction. It lost the, let's say, the resistance that flipped to support. It could not change that to support, and lost the lower support as well. So it did not hold to turn around neither here. Retest. Okay, so it flipped. That was support, that was resistance. Low high, low lows, well, equal lows, kind of equal lows. So it's doing another squeeze. We're going now, okay, on the reverse side of the trend line. So this far, that is acting as resistance. Now these points, because you're above the trend line, you need to treat this as a support. Okay, so we're going to see now if this weekend we're going to see a turnaround. Okay, so let's see if that's going to turn around. Let's see. Right, okay. Right, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, my thesis about trading, guys, is all about position. Okay, you need to have a good position and less to worry about leverage. I'd rather go in like with $1,000 and have a 2x leverage rather than go with $100 and do 20x leverage. Right? I want to keep my risk minimum, so I don't want the high leverage to chase me all the time. Okay, remember, you need to make sure that you can handle the emotions, right? The battle with emotions. So be careful with that. So let me zoom out a little bit and see. You see, you had another trend line here previously, another trend line. It got broken, and you have now another trend line. Right. So you are squeezing up, right? Goes up, goes up, goes up, pendant. So we're going to see how that is going to react. Okay. Anyway, we lost the main support, and now that support is acting as resistance. Okay. All we need now is to break this. Okay, that's what we want to see. We want to break this. Come down to here to the 56, which is the red zone. Okay, these percentages is based on the scale. Okay, in a token, that's going to be a price. Now in dominance, it's going to be a percentage because the scale is on the percentage. There's no price, it's dominance. Okay, there's no prices here, no money, no dollars, not tradable, but you're looking for the patterns. So what do we want to see? We want to see that we're going to break these, come here, bounce a little bit, and then lose that one. If that happens, okay, in general, which is like your high, low, high, you want a low, you want another low, low. Okay, so that's going to be like your reversal, the 4-point system. Then we're going to go more closer towards the ounces. And remember the other scale that we saw, we got on 57 until we get to 75. We got some time for this to play out. Okay, the lower it goes, that percentage will move from 57 to go to 60, 65, 70, 75. The lower it goes, you know, if we break this and go lower, that is definitely when we're going to see the 75. We're going to be out season from this level and lower. Okay, so cross fingers here. So this is what we want to see, and this is what we will get sooner or later. Let's have a look at a little bit in Dixie. Oh, that's good news. That's another good news here. Oh, I like that. Oh, like this is market cap, not dominance. Market cap of the tether. Tether. It's not tether. It's tether. Sorry, I don't know what happened to me today. Right. Okay. So it keep on increasing. Keep on increasing, which is good. It means that fresh money comes into the tether. Okay, that is fresh money. This is market cap now. Okay, so that goes up and up and up. So when did they stop? You know, who was taking a little money? Friday on the 20th. Okay, and now here on the 16th, 19th, because this is almost like days. So after, yeah, the 20th onwards, it's going up. From 20th of January, it's going up. Okay, look at that increment. 18th, boom, up. A little more cash here, and always, it's quite funny, it always happens 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 2 o'clock, right? 2 o'clock drop, another 2 o'clock drop, another 2 o'clock drop, another 2 o'clock drop. When we change in times in Europe, that goes 3 o'clock. Okay, and 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock is like 1 hour before the opening of the US. Don't say anything. You didn't tell me anything. No. Right, okay, cool. What else, guys? What else? This is the time now. It's already 12 o'clock. It's about time that we're going to look at some of your tokens. So take it away. Throw me in the chat the tokens that you would like to see. Come on, chop. Give me tokens. What else you would like to see? No, you have no request. Shall I believe this? Is YouTube program? Is my internet connection here? Popcat. Well, Popcat ain't moving. Let's have a look on Popcat. Where is Popcat? Let's bring Popcat. Let's have a look on Popcat. What? I mean, are you shorting? I hope you do. Don't tell me you're longing. Tell me that you're shorting. In general. Because if you're shorting this, right, you're just about to get out. You should go out. I mean, look at like a distance from here. I mean, from here to there is like 6%. Do that on 2x, 3x. Here's your 20%. Right. Long now. Okay. Okay. You got long now. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Do we have any horizontals here? Yeah, we've got 2 zones here. Okay. Let's bring these zones down. First things first. Right, okay, here we are. We're going to break this down here. Move the to a normal template. 8. I'll make these lines a bit thicker. There we are. Make sure the numbers are matching as close as possible. At least. Let me go to a bit higher time frame for me to see the numbers. 3563, that's spot on, and that is 18, not 15. So let's change that to 8. Okay, good. Bring this a little bit closer as well. Here we are. Got a smaller time frame, 5 minutes. Here it is. So yeah, you keep on losing levels. Okay, and it's a downtrend, so you got more favorable to the downside. Okay, is it the time to turn around? Maybe. I'm going to keep that trend line because that trend line comes from far away. Yeah, it's another trend line. It's a higher time frame trend line. So let me disappear that trend line, make it to be visible. Let's make this visible to higher time frames, not into minutes, in hours. Anything above 1 hour is going to be visible. Right, let's go to 5 minutes. So 5 minutes. Here's your trend line. Even further? No, it's okay. I think that will be enough. No, I think that will be enough. Here it is. Yeah, that's okay. That's cool. That's cool. Correct that one here. Okay. Okay, it's claiming this level. Just stay there. Okay, so if you're going long, I don't know since when you're going long, but if you're going long, let's say around 31 cents, right? Then you need to be careful on 32. Okay, you need to be careful on 32. When I say be careful, you mean you need to be ready, alert to take action. If it goes further up, it's good to go. If it holds that trend line, still good to go. 31.80. Okay. So roughly down here. Okay. So as long as holding this level, right, on this, let's say a bigger time, a trend line that is drawn on a higher time frame, so to say. So here's your 5 minutes. trend line. Okay, even if that one, which I think is too far away, but I think this is okay. And then you just, trying to see where the majority of the bodies are, and then go to a smaller time frame, readjust if needed. Right, here it is. So as long as respecting this trend line, okay, all you need to see now is high highs, high lows, and keep going until it's going to break that trend line. Okay, you see it trying to stay above this line, this level, this zone. It fell. Okay, it couldn't come down, trying up here. So for the time being, it's showing you weakness, right? It cannot continue. It's giving you a weakness, but that doesn't mean it's the end of it, because it may bounce from here, okay, and follow the trend line and see, what's going to happen. You still have space until you're going to break the trend line. So let's hope that's going to stay here and then try to take out that little swing, okay. And then maybe it's going to find some hard time here, come here, make sure that you're flipping this resistance to here to a support. It's exactly the same thing over and over and over again. It's the same thing, guys. The same thing. You just, when you go to a smaller time frame, you just break things down to smaller. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to leave PopCap here. Let me go back to, even usual here. Let's have a look at usual. What are you doing? What are you doing, usual? Okay, usual is holding that red line as a support. It's not bad, it's good, okay? But let's go to Quantum. Someone requested Quantum. QNT USD, please. Coinbase, good enough. There's that. Yeah, okay, it looks like it, but I don't like, well, it's a 2 minute, that's why. I didn't like the structure of the candle, sorry. That's why I paused there for a minute. What coin do I like to chart? Any coin. I don't care. Give me a coin, I'll chart it. It takes me literally like 2 minutes and I know what's going on. But when I trade, I like to stick to that token as long as it leaves, right? I don't want to change too often. I want to change, when it stops moving. I need to find token that it moves, and if it moves, I'm going to stay there until it stops moves, and then I'm going to find something else, because you need to spend some time to get aligned. That's all. Right. Okay. So, can I take this impulse on the 15-day and this correction? I can. So let's break this down. Quantum. Okay. Take this to there, and because Quantum is a token that's been around for some time. You can even break on the higher levels as well, right? It will not hurt. And let me explain myself. So it's been around since like 21, right? What if you go to break down the whole 2021, or if you want, you can break down the 2022, but 2022 is quite close to 2023. So let me break the very first 12-month candle, okay, and expand that to the right. Here it is. And then just to clear the confusion, I can change the lines, and I can make the lines. Okay, I need to go inside to do so, but let me see if I can do so. Can I change the lines, please? Level lines. Can I have dotted, please? Here we are. So these dashed lines are annual. Let's go a bit closer, somewhere there, that'll be fine. Go down to 12 hours. And here you have it, okay? So all these dotted lines on the bigger major levels, right? So this is the bottom of the yearly candle, not the 2024, the 2021. Okay. And have a look, even on the 12 hours, how this price action is respecting to these dotted lines. Okay. You see, common grounds here, common grounds here. So it's working. Yeah. So if you're happy with that, then have them as a higher significant levels. Okay, so here you have it, swing low that happened to be on the 2021 year low. Like that. You see, I'm throwing various things inside. Got plenty of things to do. So quantum is attacking that 50%. Let's go down to 90 minutes and have a better look. Look at that. Okay, it's attacking that 50%. You see, that was resistance, and now it's trying to say, hey, I'm strong enough, I'm a big boy, I'm going to stay here. Why not? Okay, follow the trend line as well. You do the same thing on a high time frame as well. This is a trend line. Use it. Here it is. Stay to that trend line until it gets broken. And sometimes at the beginning you may have a hard time for you to start with. You know, you find, well, with this one you can't have a trend line. You need to have this price action for you to have a trend line, to be honest. So only then after that you can have a trend line. So here it is. Right? But I always find fascinating, always that I usually say the samurai cut. You know, the angle of these wicks, they're gonna detect you and tell you, give you an idea, the angle of the trend line. Look at that. It's like a samurai knife just went through. Well, it's not a knife, it's a sword. Have you seen these guys? How they use their swords? Terrible. Don't be on the front of them. Not a good time. Picoin, I hate Picoin. Who said Picoin? I'm gonna ban you. Is that you, Stefan? Is that you? Did you say Pi? No, you cannot delete the messages. No, you can't. No, I saw it now. It's too late. I've seen it. Into looks. No, Laurie, we're not gonna judge you, but let's have a look on looks. Let's have a look on look. Right, okay. I'm gonna put the music in Bonnie Tyler. No, it's not Bonnie Tyler, it's Roxette. See, because the looks. That's Roxette. Yeah. I can't put it up. I'm gonna get banned. But yeah. So yeah, Quantum needs to turn this resistance into support, and good to go on Quantum. And let's have a look on looks. See, got the looks. USD. Crypto, that's good for me. Right, let's have a look. Let's go to a higher time frame. Let's find some nice levels, break them down. You go heavy on this one. Oh, really? Why? I'm not judging, I'm just asking why. Okay. Who's behind looks? What do you know that we don't know? Come on, tell us. What do you know that you don't know? Right, okay, let's go to the monthly. Ooh. Are you sure you want to go heavy on this one? I'm a little bit confused. What? Okay, let me bring my agents here. 45 days, please. It doesn't look good. Are you sure about this, Laurie? I'm a little bit skeptical on this one. Not good signs. Not good signs. Hello. Not good signs on the long run. That doesn't mean it's completely dead, but it's telling me that it wants to go further down. Weekly wise, it still has a little bit more room to come down, even weekly wise. If you're trying to get out of, are you trying to get out of this, or are you trying to? Hello, Athanasia and John Berg. I see you. Okay. Be careful with this one. I mean, you know, I'll try to break the levels down. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to overreact here, but this has not show any signs of recovery here. I mean, it's really bad. Really bad baby here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Lux is worse than. Am I looking the right one? Is that another Lux or something? I mean, let me investigate. I mean, you know, hold on a minute. I have some disbelief here. Sorry about this, but am I looking the right one? Let's have a look. Lux. Do I get this right? Looks. Did you say look or looks? Let's have a look. What did you say? Let me see on the chart. No, looks with S. Okay, so that's the one. Okay. Let's go to market cap. What do they have? 31 million, 32 million. Okay, it's under the Ethereum ecosystem. Yeah, Ethereum. Compare these. You can do this little trick. Compare this to Bitcoin. Change the currency on the CoinGecko and trying to see what it's been doing for a year. It's dropping. So 3 months, still red. As a market cap, right? 1 month, 7 days. Only the last 24 hours is looking good. I won't bet on it. Doesn't look good. It once reached, I mean, let's go further back. It did reach over 1 billion, and since then it just goes down and down and down. Last time that we reached 175 million was in March, and since then it was dumping. It did not manage to go up to 100, it went up to 75, and right now it's 31. I mean, unless you have, it's a community first NFT marketplace. Unless you have an inside information that may, you know, work and give you something, that is a different story. Right. Yeah. Okay. No, I'll be very, very cautious with looks. It doesn't look that's going to recover. So you better do, you know, you're going to do better with other tokens. So yeah, looks doesn't look good. Looks doesn't look good. Ondo. Let's have a look on Ondo. We spoke about Ondo earlier this morning. So yeah, Ondo was in the buy zone at 126. So it was on 126. It's going to get pushed up to 160, or you find some rejection and liquidity. You level by level. You see these levels are going to save you a lot of pain and hassle. So you got these levels marked down. Let it come down a little bit. Let's get some, you know, this imbalance, this liquidity. So it will make sense if it wants to come down a little bit. let's see if you can stop here, which is the 50% of that range. Otherwise, if you're going to lose that, you're going to come down here, and then possibly we're going to move later on. This is what about Ondo? You're already in, it looks. Is that in spot you're in, or you are in perpetual? What kind of position you have? ADA. Let's have a look on ADA. Why not? Let's have a look on ADA. Sorry to break that news to you, darling, about the looks. But always, I want to find something that it moves. If it doesn't move, it's a dead one. So what do you want to bet on dead one? Unless you have inside information that they're really pushing up. I mean, up here was the 1 billion market cap, and since then it's dropping down. If someone's going to come back and throw $500 million, then you're gonna get half of the spike of this one, if that makes sense. So they need, it needs $500 million to come in. So if you have this kind of information, like come all the way down here, and maybe if someone's gonna throw $500 million, maybe it's gonna hit that, 3.5 mark, and then it's gonna come down. Okay, so if you don't have any inside information, let's say someone that he's inside the team or something, and they know what's going on, they found an investor, he's going to throw some money in there. If you don't have any kind of information, I wouldn't bet on looks. Okay, it's really not moving in a good direction. Okay, you may have these spikes on the 19 minute, but overall it's like, not sustainable. Okay, be careful with that one. ADA, another dinosaur. Let's have a look on ADA. Coinbase. Let's have a look. You said about the dinosaur. Let me see these. 326% dinosaur. It's like, remember, it's like it belongs to the ISO tokens, right? So it belongs to 20,022 certification ISO tokens. So it will make sense for someone to look on it. It's not going to be as strong as XRP or, I don't know, Algo, but better than nothing. So here you are. Expand that to the right. Go back to the solid lines. Here it is. Lock that down. Come down to a smaller time frame, like 90 minutes, and have a look. Here's your ADA. Okay. It cleared some liquidity. So that liquidity is done. It's been taken out. There is more liquidity down here in the red zone. It never reached that zone. It went all the way up. So all this liquidity helped to push the price up. Now the question is, can it hold the 95 cent area? Okay, so you need to pay attention here. Here's your trend line. You can use the trend line just for help. Okay, here it is. If you want to break this zone, you're more than welcome to do so. Here it is. Break this zone down. Match the numbers. This is a match. This is a match. I'm going to play the lotto tonight. Expand the zones if you wish to go lower or higher. It's up to you. Use the extensions or use extension number 2, as I'll say. Okay, and then you can reverse or leave it up there. Or shall I reverse it? Let's reverse it. Make the lines a bit thicker. Here it is. So you broke the levels where you currently are, plus you have levels below. Okay, and you can see what is going on. You have the trend line as well. And what do you want to see today? You want to see, well, from this point onwards, you want to see that it's going to hold here. Okay, and see if you're going to get a break. Grab this liquidity here, grab this liquidity up here, so you have these levels to help you out, and you go level by level. Okay, go down even to the 11 minutes. This is what you want to see. Okay, you want to see that you're holding above the green line. Okay, trying to claim this. You take this liquidity, you try and take this liquidity, come up here to take this liquidity, and so on all the way up to the red line. Okay, So on the smaller time frame is an uptrend. Okay, on the smaller time frame. So if I do a channel, you can see that we're going from here to there and kind of like this. So let me expand that to the left. Here it is. Here's your upper channel. Okay, you down here at the support. So you need to make sure that on its way up, okay, level by level, you break the 50% of the channel and go higher. Okay, but it's going to take some time, but here's your ADA analysis. Okay, right, okay guys, it's 12:30. I have to wrap this up. I hope you had a good time. I hope you understand what exactly we're doing here, how we break things down. You see, we don't jump only on a smaller, smaller data-driven tokens. We see the whole size. We see overall right looks. You need to have a good overview of the market. You need to make sure. Remember, Ethereum needs to stay here. Okay, SUI. Here's your upper of the range. Remember that we spoke about the range. Okay, this is the 1 minute. So look how many times he approached the top of the range, came here the 50 above. You see, you always get a good chance when you know that you're holding 50. Then you have a good chance to go to the top. If you know this, you can scalp. Okay, and what you do on the smaller time frame, you do exactly on the high time frame. For you to choose smaller time frame, higher time frame, that is down to you. How much available time do you have in front of the screens? If you don't have enough time, then you're going to be kind of forced to go on a higher time frame. If you do have, then you can have fun and play around. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're getting better to see what I see or how I see things. Have a lovely weekend. Please take your time off. Okay, it's a weekend. Have some good time with your friends and family, and do things for yourself, right? And if you have some profits, use these little profits to pay you, right? You need to get paid. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you on Monday the same time. Have a good one. Take care.